I am that I am, Adamus, of sovereign domain. Thank you. Try that again. I am that I am, Adamus of sovereign domain. Thank you. But I'm still not quite... No. It's my opening, not yours. It's a little lame for a grand ascended master to have to do his own introduction. Sitting up there by myself, and not even Linda Visa, sitting up there and having to, I am that I am, Adamus. So I follow the way of humans. Oh, yes. I follow the way of humans, and I hear sometimes when celebrities are introduced, as perhaps a grand ascended master should be, something more like this. And now, from high atop the Ascended Masters Club on Angel's Peak, it's the Grand Ascended Master, Adamus Saint-Germain. To have somebody do that for me, to have the voice of Shaumbra, or something like, from deep within the illuminated crystal caves, far below the top of the earth, it's your host, Adamus Saint-Germain. Something like that. And then I could come on and say, I am that I am, obviously, after an announcement like that. So perhaps we should audition for the announcer role. So Linda, microphone handy? Yeah, it's the announcer role. Let's start with Mark Ritter. Come on up to the front, Mark. And now this is like a talk show, a game show. So I'll be on the side stage. I'll come up to the side stage. And now the countdown. You've just got the signal from John Kaderka. I'm off stage, waiting.
You should go behind the curtain.
Christ. You got it. I'm just, okay. There's boxes back. There's a piano back. I'll just pretend. Okay. On side stage. And you get the countdown from John.
And now, as every month, our beloved host.
Like nothing special about this month. And now. Yeah, but go ahead. Don't let me interrupt this audition. Just sit here and drink my coffee.
I'm at a loss for words. I don't know what to say.
And now, from high top Angel's Peak, from the Ascended Masters Club, it's your host, Adamus Saint-Germain. You can't do that?
No. You can, though, right?
Try anything. Just give it a shot.
And now, from the very, very highest tops of the Angel Peak.
Thank you. We'll consider your resume. Thank you. Don't call us. We'll call you. Thank you. Linda, perhaps this time you should pick the volunteer. Somebody that's going to bring this show to an open. This is the Awakening show. It's the Awakening show. Good.
You know him from in your dreams. He fucks up your daily schemes. And now, the one, the only, the inflammable, unstoppable, unflappable Adamus Saint-Germain.
Good. getting them. Thank you. Thank you. Another audition, Linda. This is an important job.
Sorry, I'll do my best. Let's see.
A little excitement. How many spiritual workshops or events do you go to?
Oh, no.
So boring. Oh, yes. Yes. And you can do this in French. Yes.
Et maintenant, du plus profond des cavernes de cristaux, le grand maître Adamus Saint-Germain.
Merci, merci. Not so bad. One more, Larry. Larry, you've got a good voice, Larry. Excellent voice. You just need to use it. Oh, you were saying, please pick me, Adamus. Please pick me. I know you
Damn
were.
right I was.
So, now your turn.
All right, everybody clap your hands together and let's rock the house. We got the one and only, from the depths of hell all the way to heaven, Adamus Saint Germain.
Oh, Larry. Didn't we have a talk a few months?
Next month.
Didn't we have a talk about a few months back about an abundance issue?
You told me 6 months, and that's May.
I know. I'm checking progress. How are you doing, Larry?
Crap.
Why, Larry?
I don't know.
I don't know. Really. Didn't I say in the
I have
last
to be a
gathering that I
millionaire?
never want to hear those words again? I don't know.
Oh, you're
Didn't
gonna...
I? Didn't I, Larry? Yeah. And what's the first thing out of your mouth?
I
don't know. Why, Larry? Don't say those words. Why, Larry? Why? I don't know. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Why, Larry? Here you're a good-looking, strong, intelligent man with a good voice and a good sense of humor, but a lack of self-worth. Why?
I didn't say oh.
Perhaps it's because those are very famous words within yourself. I don't know.
They are?
I don't know. Larry, did I ever tell you about my story in the crystal?
Really?
100,000 years.
Please tell me.
Of saying,
what happened?
I don't know. Until finally one day I said, I do know. I do know.
Yeah, you do.
I got myself in here. I could get myself out. That easy. So you do know. Mm-hmm. You do know. Wait till next month. Bye, Larry. Interview next month. Thank you, Linda. I don't know. I thought last month we did, no moral support there. I thought last month we did a Merabh of knowingness. We played some nice, new agey kind of music. You sat in your chairs and went into your knowingness. And I said at that time, Larry, no more saying I don't know, because the universe is kind of literal. Kind of literal. You're kind of literal. And when you say I don't know, it's exactly what you get. I don't know. How about saying, Larry, I'm awaiting for the answer to arrive, and it's right around the corner. How about, I already know, I just haven't brought it up yet. How about getting in that good voice that you just demonstrated up here, that ability to stand in public and entertain, enlighten, amuse? Do that with yourself. Don't just do it for everybody sitting out here. Look in the mirror, like your video showed. Look right in the... Did you notice who that looked like? Oh, dear Shaumbra, dear Shaumbra. I'm still looking for the five. For the five. You know what I'm talking about. Don't say, I don't know. For the five. or 50 or 50,000, doesn't matter. The 5 who are going to take that step into enlightenment, who are going to say, I do know, I always have, I was just playing a little fun game. I am enlightened. Who really mean it, not just something from the mind, but who can say it from the heart. I am enlightened. So far, we're a little bit of ways away from those 5, or from even 1, but but we're getting close. We're getting close. So I've been accused of using some unorthodox teaching methods. If you would even call you wouldn't call them teaching, okay? There's a little bit of teaching in there. Why? Little bit. And I've been wondering where your enlightenment is. You're sitting on it. A little different than last month, eh? Hey. Because, dear Shaumbra, we have to push. We have to distract. We have to laugh once in a while. We don't need to get so serious about things, so dreary at times. I picked this group of Shaumbra. I told you I chose to come here to work with you because you truly are pioneers. You truly are pirates. And I know you are choosing enlightenment, but kind of a little tiny bit stuck in the process. So yes, there are a few unconventional methods that we use. So today's unconventional method, let's do today's Shoud like a talk show. Game show with prizes? Let's do it like a game show / talk show with prizes. Last month was wonderful, but I didn't notice a big shift in enlightenment, so we'll do it a little different. So let's do it like a game show. Now, I'm familiar with your talk shows, game shows that started here in the U.S. and now are found all over the world. And the format's fairly typical, and there's a reason for it. The format is pretty much come out with a monologue, which I'll do in just a moment, followed by a little comedy routine, which you'll do in just a moment, followed by, in this case, there's usually a guest, but today and henceforth, when we do these variations of what's really the Adamus Theater today, instead of the guest today, we're going to do memorable moments with the master. My little sermon. I'll grab my pulpit and we'll have a little talk. And usually on the talk shows there is a musical guest. Today we'll have a musical Merabh. See, you love Merabh. You love. I mean, you don't love me so much as the Merabhs. Thank you. Thank you. So let's do this as a talk show, and let's start all over. I believe. You decide who is going to be today's announcer. We have Larry. We have Marty. Who else? Oh, we have Alain. And who else? And Mark. So all that's asked, want Mark to do the announcing. Cheer, clap, or whatever. Yes. Okay, good. And Alain, the French announcer. Yes, and Marty. And Larry. Marty, come on up. All right, let's start today's show. Let's start today's show. Now, please bear in mind, and I'll tell you right from the start, before you announce, before we start the show. Part of this is distraction. Because if you can sit here for the next 100 minutes and laugh and enjoy and wondering what the hell I'm doing, that's good because you get out of your mind. Partly is because there is profound information somewhere, but we'll try to find it. Partly, and I mean this very seriously with a smile on my face, but partly, for those who are just tuning in, who haven't been here before, drive them away. Go somewhere else. Go to some nice New Age sleepy website, Om and chant, or whatever you do, or talk about your problem childhood. This is not the place for it. This Crimson Circle is the place for those who are choosing embodied enlightenment in this lifetime, period. Period. I do not know a single master that owned their way into enlightenment. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I do not know a single enlightened master who did it out of some type of servitude or obedience or suffering. I do not. So those who like to come around once in a while, those who tune in new, they hear there's something New Age going on. I would really like them go someplace else because I want to maintain the purity, the conviction, and the focus of this energy. It's all about enlightenment. I'll talk to you about enlightenment from here, and yes, Linda, from all over. Oh, talk. Until it finally starts settling into you. So, let's start today's show.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? He's been in a crystal for a zillion or so years, fresh out. He'll pick you up when you're feeling down. He'll stomp you down when you're feeling up. Adamus St. Germain.
Oh, it feels so good to be here with you today. Oh, yes. Go sit down. It's my stage. Thank you, Marty. What's in store for us today? We're going to find out in just a minute, but first, we're going to take this short interruption to talk to Edith. Edith, you break my heart.
Good.
Good, she says, good. Edith. Now we're going to get a little confrontational. Edith. How's your new car? How's that new car, Edith?
It's arriving.
It's arriving. Hang on a second. I'm going to see if it's out in the parking lot. Not there, Edith. Edith.
I know it's not.
Edith. What's wrong? Well, let me start with this. What does a car symbolize?
Any kind of lack of abundance symbolizes that you don't love yourself.
Yes, and a car kind of symbolizes your journey. Your journey. Now, what did you say about your current car, which your car heard, by the way, and is highly offended? What did you say about your car? Your car is kind of a representation of you, your physical body, your journey through life, how you travel through life. What kind of car do you have, Edith?
Cadillac.
Cadillac. How old, Edith?
It's old, 15 years.
15 years. What's wrong with it?
It has a serious leak.
As I said, a car is symbolic of you.
No doubt.
No doubt. You maybe an energy leak somewhere. You don't mean to, but it's leaking, Edith. And then you I was so offended when I read it. You post on Facebook that your car is tired and worn out and you don't like it anymore.
I didn't say I didn't like it.
The feeling was there. Your car thinks you don't like it. Your
No,
car.
I didn't say that to my car either. I love my car, but I don't love
But
it
you
$8,000 worth to get it repaired because it isn't worth $8,000. So I have to.
Would
I
you spend
asked-
$8,000 on your dog or your cat or your child? You see what I deal with? Edith, why, Edith, why do I say that you broke my heart?
I have no idea.
No idea. That's kind of like saying, I don't know. Let's just put an asterisk by that, and down below the asterisk says, dumbass answer. Doesn't go. No, not just for you, Edith, for anybody. Edith, what went wrong in this journey to manifest a new car or get your nice Cadillac currently totally repaired, gleaming, shining, almost like new? What went wrong, Edith?
The darn lack of abundance.
No, Edith. No, Edith.
Well, what the heck
It's going to
was
be one
it?
of those classic video clips. No, Edith. No, Edith. Doesn't work, Edith. Edith, no. Edith, how did you approach a problem? Need a new car. Happens. It happens. Solution. What did you do, Edith?
Well, at first I sat down in front of the mirror and told myself how much I love myself.
Right.
And
Good.
But
Good step. Mm-hmm.
when I came home from the garage, I sat down and cried a little.
Yeah.
And then I did ask all the Shaumbra if they...
Now, let's stop right there. Facebook. You knew this was going to happen. Facebook. Oh, I know who's been naughty or nice. Facebook. Go to Shaumbra, and what did you ask Shaumbra to do?
Please do some deep conscious breathing with me for a newer car.
Almost, Edith, you said, please breathe for my new car.
Yes.
Like, I'm not going to do it. You do it.
No, I'm doing it too. I want them to breathe with me. I asked them to breathe with me, and particularly
Why?
if
Why?
they were comfortable with those beliefs.
Michelle, could you open the drape there for a moment?
Oh, God.
Just roll that up. It doesn't matter. Cameras will blow out, but that's okay. I don't see a new car out there, Edith. You asked. See? Daddy got new trailer. Edith got crap. You can pull it down. No new car, Edith. No new car. You could have a new car sitting out there. Champagne color. Yeah.
No, I don't like champagne color.
It's up to you. She likes violet. You could have a new car, but you made one strategic error. And I want all of you to remember this. In spite of all the lectures, conversations, discussions, humor, and disgust that we've had over the years, in spite of that, in spite of knowing that you can just breathe it the Edith way, make it happen, in spite of me amassing and collecting phenomenal jewels for about the last 10,000 years and placing them in caves all around the world and saying now you have access to those energies. In spite of all that, you asked everybody to breathe your frickin' car for you, Edith, and that's why it's not there. You asked them. That was where you went wrong because you can do it by yourself, my dear.
I know it. I'm a sovereign being. But I just thought I could. I just thought I
say
could
that
use
again.
it. I said I know it because I'm a sovereign being. I knew it when I asked, but I just wanted a little help. What the heck's wrong with that?
Why? Everything is wrong with that. Because everything is wrong with that. I'm picking on you
Yes,
in this
you are.
show. Everything is wrong
You're
with
going
that
to make me
because-
cry.
Good.
And then
Get
you're
it
gonna
out.
feel
Oh,
guilty.
get it out. Yes. Get mad at me, too. I got a list of people who are mad at me. And I don't care. I only care about the 5 or 50 or 5,000 that are going to be enlightened in this lifetime, and I want one of them to be you.
I want
I'm
to be too,
giving
and
you
I
a
thank
hard
you.
time right
and
now.
And I don't know what's wrong. I feel sad that I'm not manifesting my abundance either.
But
it breaks my heart. I
yes.
mean, I am
Okay.
sad.
A hint to all of you. Edith is just representing you. Edith needs a new car. Good. Edith can have any car she wants. Good. Edith should have that new car, and that new car is sitting right close by, ready to come in. But the moment that you say to everybody else here or on the internet or Facebook, any of those, would you breathe with me? No. It is your creation. Now you've tied up all of their energies and as well any of their abundance issues, any of their leaky issues, any of their other stuff. You've said, hey, this is what you really said on Facebook. Am I doing okay here? Am I annoying anybody, do you think? I don't think so. I thought I heard a few thoughts saying, what happened to the Saint Germain from last month? What the hell is happening here? We're becoming enlightened. So, what you did, what you really energetically, not in your words, but energetically, you put out a big sign. I'm broke, my car is broke, I don't have any abundance, I can't do it on my own. Can anybody else help? And sure, what happened is you attract, you, the ones who came, let's go up here.
Oh, no.
You, the ones that came in to help Edith, are the same ones who have the same damn problem with abundance, lack, and not understanding your own sovereignty. That's why you don't have a new car, and that's why you don't have a new car. Exactly. That is why.
Sorry, guys.
Edith, you're leaking. That's going to be another classic phrase. Edith, you're leaking. Don't leak anymore. You've got it within you. If you would just allow it to be. It is, Edith, all of you, it is so easy. You're going to cry when you get it. It is right there. You know it, even if you deny it. It is right there. There is nothing, my dear, nothing between you and abundance other than allowing. That's it, other than allowing. There's no God in heaven that's keeping it from you. There are no spirit guides or any of that old machio that are keeping it from you. It's one thing. It's Edith saying, damn it, even fuck it. I want that car. You can say that. Say it. Go ahead.
No, I don't want to say that.
You don't have to.
I am offended by that word.
Really?
I don't like it, yes.
You know why I like it?
No,
It
I
breaks
don't know why you
through
like it. And I don't care why you like it.
It breaks through barriers. It breaks through barriers. There are so many barriers that humans have.
$200, I'll say it.
Linda would say it for $1.
I'm not cheap, baby.
Edith. Bring it up from within you. We're going to do a little experience today, and it's for you, not tied into anyone else. It is yours, and perhaps you'll realize how easy it is. And break through the barriers sometimes. Say the bad word if you have to, just to break through your own barriers, because there are a lot. Not only are there barriers, but there's leaks. There's leaks about self-worth. There's leaks about how worthy you are with yourself. So leaking means letting energy out, giving it to other people all the time. Instead of giving it to yourself first, then you won't leak. You'll radiate out to everyone. Your radiance will illuminate the goodness in their life for them to see. So let's not do any more breathe with me for a new car, breathe with me for my health, any of that. No more sympathy, no more solicitation. You have it within you right now. I was disappointed, but we're still friends?
We're still friends.
Lovers?
No.
No. I didn't mean like that. I meant like, close, like
Yes,
friends.
yes,
Yeah,
right.
good friend, really good
Vibrant friends,
Good
yes.
friends. Now, Edith, I am going to be, I'll put it politely, on your case. and everybody else's on your case, because it's there right now. It really is. It's only those barriers and those all the junk, but I don't even want to address what the junk is. Get over it. All of you, get over it. Really, get over it. Let's get on with it. Thank you. Now that I've done my opening monologue, yeah, powerful stuff. I love this game show stuff. It is time for the Awakening Show. Would you write that on the board, the Awakening Show? Like, we don't have neon lights here, so the Awakening Show. Awakening is not polite, so you shouldn't be either. That's the subtitle for the show. Oh, wait, did you know that? Awakening is not polite, but yet you try to be. You try to be so polite about it, so nice. I'm gonna be nice in my awakening. Fuck that, Edith. Does not work. Does not work. Awakening is rude. It is rude. It is rude. Awakening is a demon, a dragon that you created and said, crush me. Yeah, and it is. Awakening is very, very rude. It lacks any social skills. It lacks any sense of compassion, other than perhaps at the deepest core. It lacks niceties. It has no sophistication or elegance, as some of us do. It lacks humor, other than when it feels itself grinding you to an absolute pulp. Welcome to the Awakening Show, brought to you by... So, my point is, why do you treat your own awakening so politely? You've given it license. Truly, you have. You've given this awakening license to come and rip you apart limb by limb, thought by thought, belief by belief. You gave your awakening. You gave it the right to bring me in. Awakening is not polite, is it? Awakening is not polite, or nice. So sorry. I offend a few, but you're going to hug me and kiss me in your awakening. And when you drive up with that new, how about a nice Citroen or something nice, why a Cadillac? Yeah? They're nice. They're nice. Yes. Okay. Whatever you choose, but you, not all of Shaumbra. Awakening. You don't have to apologize to me. Apologize to yourself. Go in the bathroom right now, look in the mirror, and apologize to yourself. Seriously.
I've already been talking to myself.
Edith. See, the worst thing is to beat up on yourself. The best thing is to smile and laugh and say, why do we make awakening so hard? Why do we have to draw in everybody around the world to bring in a stupid car? I can just take a half a breath. Boom, it's there. It's that easy. And I do it on my own. We're going to work on that today. She's saying she's tired of not bringing her abundance. Yeah. So, Edith, you really stand out representing so many across the world right now who are having the same issue. Thank you for letting me not be so polite to you. Awakening is not polite, and neither should you be about your awakening. It's time to roll with it. It's time to open to it, but stop being so damn polite and trying to be nice with your awakening, because it's going to rip you apart anyway. So now, let's do the next part of our Awakening Show with Adamus Saint-Germain. We're going to have a little game show participation. We will need 2 more stools up at the front here, so we have a total of 4 lined up. We will need 4 participants in this portion of the show. Isn't this a different way of doing spiritual? Yeah, we could play some nice music and hum a little bit. 4 participants, Linda. We have a series of questions.
Am I making picks? Choices?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay.
Line them up.
There you go.
The Awakening Show. Brought to you by.
Pete?
We need a sponsor. We need a sponsor. Who would be an appropriate sponsor for?
Are you okay with that?
Yes, a chocolate company. Good. Now we have our 4 participants. Would you please briefly introduce yourself? Tell us your name, where you're from, and why you're not awakened yet.
Pete Gibbons from Loveland, Colorado.
Good. Good to see you, Pete.
Yep.
I've been watching your TV shows.
Yeah. And why I'm not awakening, because I really don't believe that I'm worth it.
Ah, good answer from Pete. And you're the studio audience today. Next.
Julie Mack from Longmont, Colorado.
Good. Good to see you here, Julie. What do you do for a living?
I play with psychology, so compassionatepsychology.biz.
Excellent. How many? Yeah. What's your website address? Let's get this over with. Yes. And how many?
And animal communication as well.
And how many of your clients are on mind medications?
Not
Brain
a lot.
candy. Good.
A few this month.
A few this month. They're
Just
coming out of the
dive
woodwork.
right off the edge.
There'll be a lot more coming out. Good. Well, thank you. And how come you're not awakened yet?
I'm breathing it in.
Oh, good. Where is it?
Right here.
Here. Okay. Would you breathe it out now so you can see it? Good. Well, thank you for participating in today's show. And next, yes.
My name's Alea Holman, and I'm from Longmont, Colorado.
Yes. Why are you looking at her when you say that?
Because we both live in Longmont.
Oh, really? What a coincidence. And what about your awakening? Where is it?
Coming along.
Sounds a little tentative, wouldn't you say?
No, it's actually cracking open.
Would you roll up that window again, Michelle, so we can see if it's here yet? Oh, yeah, there is your awakening and this new car.
I am awakening. I'm awakening.
Good. Thank you. Thank you for playing along today. And?
My name is Denise.
Yes, Denise.
And I'm from Pierce, Colorado.
Good.
20 miles east of Fort Collins.
Good.
This has been a huge month.
Wait till next month.
I had a huge dark spot that actually been enlightened, and I'm just now coming together.
Good.
And I'm just opening my arms and crying a lot.
Good. Crying is good. You can cry right here on the Awakening Show because
Probably will.
That's why we're here. Yes. Good. So everybody has introduced themselves. We're ready for the questions today. Now, there is a grand prize today. Yes. It is. The grand prize is dinner at the restaurant of your choice with your soul. Crimson Circle will pay the bill and an Adamus Award. So you have something to compete for. The audience will actually determine who the winner of each question is, and there will be 44 points awarded for the best answer. 44. Can you add?
Keep score
Yeah,
here?
yes, please. Names, columns, all the rest of that. And if you're just tuning in, you might want to tune out. Actually, you might want to go back to last month and watch that show. Pretend that it's happening right now because we're having to approach enlightenment from a different way. Okay, we're going to start today's questions. This is an easy one just to get everybody warmed up. I bet you never thought you'd be doing this today, did you? Neither did I. Okay, let's start with the first question. Please tell us the ancient Hebrew name for the concept of God. Ancient Hebrew name for the concept of God.
Are you serious?
Yeshua?
Tend to have them written out. Oh, let's microphone. We'll start down there. We'll come down the line.
Okay, starting with Denise.
Ancient Hebrew name. Denise, what is the ancient Hebrew name for God?
Yeshua.
Yeshua. Audience, please. No.
Allah.
Good. We have two different versions so far. Good. Next. Julie.
No idea.
No idea. That's kind of like I don't know,
I know.
isn't it?
I do know, and it hasn't
Good.
dropped in yet.
Make up a name if you would. Any name.
Jesus.
Bob. Oh, Bob, Bob, Bob. I'm doing this in the name of Bob. What are you going to call your dog? Bob. What's Bob spelled backwards? Good. Pete.
Yahweh.
Yahweh. Now, this was just the opening test round, but actually none of our participants got the name correctly today because...
But I was closer.
That's true. The ancient Hebrew name for God was what could not be spoken. The correct answer was...
She had it. Julie had it.
But she said the words. No words could be said for the absolutely correct answer, but we'll give you 22 points.
22?
22, yeah, 22.
22?
That's the opening round. I have to pause here for a moment. Isn't this a little better way to do Enlightenment? Good. All right, next question. Oh, I love this question. It's one of my favorite. And we're going to start with Pete. Next question. And audience, please really pay attention to not just the words, but the energy, because you'll be voting on the best answer. And the question is, Pete, why do bad things happen to good Shaumbra? Why do bad things happen to good Shaumbra?
Subconscious aspects.
Okay.
Not understanding your subconscious aspects, and they bring in that negative energy.
Where's your subconscious?
Well, it's not knowing. Not knowing.
Not
knowing.
Kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Now bad things are going to happen to me.
Yeah.
I wonder why. Good. Thank you, Pete. Thank you. Next. Julie.
The word
with
bad
22
is-
points, the leader in this competition. Why do bad things happen to
So
good
the word
Shaumbra?
bad is duality, and it's not bad. It's when we're out of trust.
Yeah, out of
So-
good.
So when we allow, it's all about trust,
Yeah.
and we're leading ourselves. So we're always the wizard behind the curtain.
Wow.
So there is
Profound.
but it's I can
Good.
appreciate it and not always enjoy it at the moment for
Good.
sure.
Good. Thank you. Next.
That's a tough one to follow.
Yeah.
Psychologist. It's, to me, it's perspective.
Yeah.
How I perceive bad or good. And it's a matter of taking a look at self and forgiveness and also an understanding of self.
Good. Yes.
I think it has to do more with our deep core beliefs. Sometimes if we look down on ourselves, it comes on us, but if we can really come in touch with ourselves and really love us for who we are, then positive, good things happen.
Yes.
And so maybe there's not good or bad, but to be able to expand and to be who we are.
Excellent. Now, it's your turn to vote. All of those who feel that Pete gave the best answer, please voice your approval. I love you, Pete. I love you. Okay, next. All who felt Julie gave the best answer, please give your approval. All who felt Alea gave the best answer, please voice your approval. On all who feel Denise gave the best answer. 44 points to Denise.
That got her the dinner already. You said it was 44 points.
44 points for each best answer. Then we total them up at the end. Do you have a calculator? Do you need one? This could go for a long time. And by the way, the real answer to the question, why do bad things happen to good Shaumbra? If you like it. You absolutely like it. Otherwise, it wouldn't be happening. It serves you. Maybe that's a more polite way to say it. But you absolutely like it. You can blame it on society. You can blame it on parents. You can blame it on aspects or anything else. But the reality is that it's happening to you, whether it's your lack of abundance, health issues, or anything else, because there's something that you're deriving from it. There's something that you're getting. It is not being doled out to you by some unknown soul or unknown God. It is not something that is from your karma, from your past life, unless you want it to be. It is absolutely because somehow it is serving you, and you are allowing it to happen. You can change it at any point, but ask yourself, how is this bad thing serving me? What's it doing? What's it doing to bring me to my enlightenment? Because as I've told you before, everything that's happening in your life right now, everything is about enlightenment. And as I said before, you've created the dragon of awakening. You've created it. It wasn't created for you. You created it, and it is making sure that you will wake up no matter what it takes. Correct answer is because you like it. Thank you. Let's move on to our next question. Oh, and this is a good one. This is a good Machio potential one. They're all good Machio potential. How do you measure your progress in awakening? How do you measure your progress in awakening? In other words, is it based on material things in your life? Is it based on your sexual prowess? Is it based on whether you could sleep better at night? What is it based on? This is a very personal question that I ask you. How do you measure the progress of your awakening? Let's begin down at this end with Denise.
I used to measure it by other people's comparison and compare myself.
Yes.
Now, I come in within, touch my heart, cry a lot, and know that I'm a whole being for who I need to be, and it's a great place to be.
Good. Excellent. Ooh. This is going to be a tough competition here. Next, how do you measure your awakening progress?
The peace that I feel inside, and like you, cry, and having conversations with myself that I enjoy, and really feeling, talking with myself and being more of myself, and the peace that I feel from the time I wake up to the time I close my eyes, and just the conversations I have with me.
Good. Thank you. It's getting tough now, Julie. You've got the microphone. You've got two answers that just came in front of you. How do you top that?
Definitely by riding the waves, man. It's just the allowing of everything, and the and the fun, and it's just amazing, and it's intense, and it's crazy, and I can tell when I'm there, and I'm just riding those waves, man, and swirling and grooving, and it's more and more amazing, and it's definitely not what I expected.
Good.
The
Good.
fine print was...
Good answer, and the microphone goes down to Pete. Pete.
Okay.
By the way, we're not very diverse on our group. We have just one man, 3 women. We don't have any Asian, African American, or other type of representation. What kind of audience is this, or panel is this?
Bite me.
Good. Thank you. And we'll just move to Pete now. Pete. By the way, Edith, that's what you needed to have told me before. Bite off, Adamus. I'm getting that car. Thank you. Pete.
Okay. I would say the biggest thing I'm finding out is I'm really comfortable with myself when I'm alone. Mm-hmm. But more than that, it is that I'm really a spiritual being and that I love myself. Mm-hmm. And it just expands me. That's all I can say. It just comes out of me. And there's a love within me that loves myself and then can love everybody else.
Excellent. Good. Oh, boy, this is a tough, all good answers. Sure. Let's start down on this end. Those who felt that Denise gave the best answer, please voice your approval. That was kind of that polite thing I talked about before. Golf clap. Alea. Julie. And over to you, Pete. 44 big points for Pete on the board. This competition is getting tough. We're getting down to the last few questions here. So, participants, please make it good. We have 2 questions to go. These are deep questions. These are, the bonus round questions here. And just think, you're going to get an Adamus Award and dinner for 2, you and your soul, at the restaurant of your choice. Thank God your soul doesn't eat much. All right. Next question for all of you. By the way, I love this. This is great. This is last month so boring. This month fun. Okay, here we go. What is the truth of truths? Oh, by the way, go ahead. What is the truth of truths? Think about it for a moment while I reflect on don't answer yet. Think about it for a moment while I talk about measure the last question. You have a few moments to think. How do you measure your awakening? How do you measure it? By the amount of money in your pocket? Yeah, possibly. Not a bad measurement. By your relationships? That's a tough one because they're probably gone. By how smart you are? No, you lose your mind. How do you measure your awakening progress? The joy. Now, that being said, there's also going to be very difficult and challenging moments, but levels of joy that you've never had before. It doesn't mean every day is going to be Joy City. It doesn't mean that you're just going to be hop, skipping, and jumping down the road, but it means the conscious awareness of a level of joy that you've never had, usually followed by a deep dive into the abyss, but but coming up for a new level. So now that you've had a chance to reflect, we're going to start with you, Pete. Pete, what is the truth of truths? By the way, I could be giving a really boring lecture about this, and I can be standing up here in a white robe and pontificating about truth of truths. Let's have fun. Pete.
The truth of truths for me
Hold that microphone close so everybody in the world and the universe can hear you, because this is big.
Is that there really is no duality, and that I am you, and you are me. And then when I go over or pass on, I became a gift with my energy or my knowledge to the soul.
What I hear is the Machiometer.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Pete, but you were on a roll there, but you were rolling the wrong way. You were rolling straight to Machio. So you forego the microphone. I'm so sorry. Certainly isn't a judgment on our part. It's the other ascended masters going, puke it out. Okay. Yeah, the pressure's on. Julie, what is it? The truth of truths.
The truth is, I am. I am that I am.
Good. Don't clap now. Save your energy for the final voting. Good, thank you. Anything else you want to add to that? It would be Machio if you did. Thank you. Yes?
Whatever fucking truth I think it is.
That's good. Good, good, good. And the pressure is really on right now,
It's
Denise.
on.
The truth of truths.
The truth of truths.
Truth of truths.
All I could think about at the time is sometimes when you're in the depths of pain and
Yeah.
you're sitting there going, how do I get through this? And you're crying inside saying, how do I get to this pain and to see the light? Because I want that light so much.
Yes.
And take whatever steps it takes to be able to open that light and trust that whoever comes to you or whatever comes to you to take those steps to move forward.
Can
And
you
I bask-
synthesize
I
that?
bask
Can
in
you
that right now.
simplify? How would you say that for the studio audience who's not getting what you're saying? How would you put that in simple, distilled language? The truth of truths.
Still trying to figure that out.
Okay. It's coming. Take a deep breath. It's coming. Ooh, there it is. How would you say it?
Trust and love yourself where you are.
Boom. Good. Thank you. Okay, now let's do voting on this question before I give you the appropriate answer and the only answer. I'm sorry, Pete, you're disqualified because of
Don't believe him.
Macchio. So let's begin here. All who feel that Julie gave the best answer, scream and yell. And for Alea, scream and yell. And down the line for Denise. It's Alea with 44 points on the board. We have a competition, Shaumbra. We have a competition going on here. And by the way, the appropriate answer to the truth of truths is I exist. That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, Shaumbra, I exist. That is the original truth. I exist. Therefore, I am. I exist. Nothing else matters. Everything after that is either another truth, but not the core, or a mistruth. From the simple words, I exist, come all truths and mistruths. I exist. That's what you felt when you left home, the loving, comforting home of spirit, went into the darkness, went into absolute nothingness, and said and felt, I exist. I am that I am. Nothing else matters. There is no other truth more important than that. Everything else either turns to Macchio or everything else is simply supporting that truth. I exist. Nothing else matters. Do you realize the significance of that? I exist. Therefore, I can create. Therefore, I can live. Therefore, I can be. Therefore, I can feel. I can be sensual. I can have joy. I can have sadness. I can have lack, and I can have abundance. I exist. Do you realize how profound that is? I exist. That's it. So, Juntai. That's all that matters. There is no other philosophy. There are no other books. Everything that tries to explain it in detail is just Macchio, spiritual bullshit. I exist. That's it. Feel into it for a moment. You exist, David, Edith, all of you, Elizabeth, you exist. You exist not just as part of something. You exist as a sovereign being. You exist. That's all that matters. None of the rest of the talk about dimensions and time and space and the concept of God, which shouldn't be spoken anyway, your past lives, your future potentials, none of that matters other than I exist. This is what's special. Nothing else matters. When your physical body dies, you can still say, I exist. When you go traveling in the other realms, that'll be the song that you sing, I exist and I'm aware of it. You see, there are, 6.5 billion or more people on this planet right now. Do you know how many consciously understand that they exist? Oh, they live, they have their jobs, they have their families. But very, very few can stop for a moment aside from all the religious garbage, aside from anything that's happened in their life, their history or anything else, just stop for a moment with that simple, pure truth. In the deep breath, I exist. I am that I am. That's what I am that I am means, my dear friends. Anything else is macchio. I exist. I am. I am. Thank you. You're the one voting, not me. She had it right. You voted wrong. Sorry. Next question and final question. What is the biggest shift going on the planet right now?
Shit or shift?
You choose. You choose. What's the biggest shift going on the planet right now? And let's see how we're doing with our points. We have a pretty heated competition. Julie should have gotten those 44 points, but you voted against her. Let's give Julie 44 points. It's tied right down. Yeah. Oh, elevate. See, you don't have to work for things. What's the biggest shift going on the planet right now? Now, this is the last question of this game show, talk show, whatever you call it, stupid show. This is the last question. Make your answer good, succinct, tight, and appeal to Shaumbra, not to me. What is the biggest shift, Denise?
The awakening to who I am, the existence of who I am.
The planetary global
Existing
shift, humanity, mass consciousness, that kind of
We're
stuff.
doing it on a more conscious level, and
Good.
we are doing it at a global level. I have picked up across the world that people are really in tune to each other.
Good.
And I think that's amazing.
Good. Next. This is it for that dinner for two, you and your soul. And an Adamus Award. Ah, see?
But
You're
I
not
can-
alone up here, though, with that Adamus Award.
But I can use another.
Good. Let's have
Always.
your answer. Biggest shift going on this planet right now.
The awakening of the 22 crystals within the planet, the access that is allowed, that has been opened for us to access the consciousness and the awareness of those crystals so that I can awaken myself, which awakens others.
Good. Okay.
There is definitely a shift in violence, and I can feel that shift in violence towards self, violence towards the planet, violence towards animals, and there's a lot of swings. There's a lot of shifts that are occurring, definitely from the personal level. So more and more compassion, more and more connection. There's a swing that we finally are lifting off in terms of that those levels of violence with countries, with wars, with
Let's
So
leave it right
that's
there.
it.
Good. Pete.
And what's the question again? I want to just get focused here.
Absolutely. I understand, Pete. Question is, what is the truth of truths?
No.
Pete, the question is, what's the biggest shift taking place on this planet? What consciousness, mass consciousness? What's happening?
Yeah.
What's happening?
I see it's from the old energy to the new energy coming in. And how it's manifesting or kicking the earth is like North Korea, that guy.
That guy.
Yeah. The storms that hit New Jersey. And just all the chaos that's coming in. But it's kind of like the wave is just going through the earth and cleaning out the old energies. And personally for me, the new energy is inviting me to be here with the Shaumbra.
Good. Okay, now you have it. This is the final voting. This will determine who gets dinner for two with your soul. And I might be there also. And an Adamus Award. Now, let's start at this end. And please, make sure to express your vote through cheering, applause, or whatever. it is you voting for the winner of this first ever Awakening show game. All those who feel Denise had the best answer, express. All those who feel that Alea had the best answer, let us know. You know, I found bribery does really good with this group. I mean, they're not above taking $5, you know, for good. Now we go down to Julie. And Pete. Linda, who do you think the audience chose?
Pete.
Pete is the winner of the Awakening Show game. Thank you, Pete. And thank all of you. Linda, another Adamus Award for Pete. Pete, dinner for two, you and your soul at drive-thru McDonald's. Thank you for participating.
Are you going to be so stingy with these awards? Don't all three deserve at least the award? Or four?
No. Let's not diminish the importance of these awards. The others will get, well, we just happen to have enough. You get an Awakening Zone, or a freedom cap. A freedom cap. Yeah, freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. So thank you for participating. And if
you got the one.
And if we could get the chairs cleared out here, we just need the two. So that leads me into my answer. There are no wrong answers in that question. What is the biggest shift going on Earth right now? Leads me into the next session of this Awakening show called Meaningful Moments with a Master.
Oh.
This is where I give my viewpoint. Energy. Energy is the biggest shift going on the planet right now, along with everything else. But there is more energy available to humans than any other time in history, ever. We're talking about cosmic energy, energy that's in the air, free energy. We're also talking about energy in the earth itself. There's more available than ever before. But humans aren't allowing themselves to receive it. Humans, for the most part, are still fighting over energy, fighting with each other, having the belief that there is a limited quantity. Take, for instance, money. There's a general belief that there is a limited amount of money. There's not. And by the way, with Shaumbra, we are going beyond the monetary system. We are. We're going to get off of that. You know, the monetary system that you're used to, which is either the stuff that you carry around in your pockets or that's mine. It's mine. Or the plastic or the digits with the bank. But that entire monetary system is going away. We, as Shaumbra, are going beyond that. There's a whole new mechanism for energy and for abundance. If you're tied into the money, into the monetary system, you're tied into keeping track of your bank accounts or how much money is in your pocket, you're going to miss it. Now, most humans will miss it because that's how they're used to doing their abundance. There's a tremendous amount of abundance, tremendous amount of energy available to each and every one of you right now. Most humans are missing this, what's really the biggest thing happening on the planet right now. It's energy availability. Because they're looking down the ground, they're looking in very limited terms, and they're believing everything that's being put out there about limitations, whatever it is, food, gas, money, anything else. They buy into it. When you take a look at it, there really is no real system anymore. Or there isn't. There is no real monetary system. It collapsed a long time ago. There really is no legitimate energy system out there. It's all a little bit of charades, a little bit of smoke and mirrors, but people buy into it. They buy into the minute that somebody says that the market is bad. They buy into it. The minute that somebody says we're going to have a shortage of a certain type of product or a shortage of in the distribution channel or whatever. And what do people do? Like lemmings, they follow it. They go along with it, and then it becomes true. It becomes so. Absolutely. There is more energy available than ever before, awaiting humans who are ready to use it, awaiting humans who are ready to receive it in their life without any excuses, without calling on others to bring it into their life, without limiting themselves, without feeling that they are not worthy of it. It is here right now, period. And it's going unused. More energy than ever before. I talked in our last Shoud about this illuminated free world bank, this fund that is actually based on something real, not just on talk or rhetoric or tense trust between humans, but is literally energy that has been brought from the other realms at your request. You've been asking for it, but you've been holding it off in the other realms. You're saying, I want energy. I'm choosing something better. I'm choosing enlightenment. I choose to walk on this planet as an ascended master, so bring forth the energy that is going to be needed by me. It got a long way through the dimensions and through the realms. It came from the cosmos. It was attracted and brought very close to this reality through these crystals. It's not the crystals themselves that have value. They are simply a storage, focus, and distribution mechanism for all these tremendous energies that have come in. These energies got here. They came very, very close to this reality, but you, for whatever reason, held them a little bit a ways away. Didn't think you were quite ready yet, so you kept them in the ethereal realms. But something happened. Call it whatever you want. On December 21st, the end of an old era, you finally, part of you has said, it's time to bring that in. And at that moment, these reservoirs of jewels and crystals that have been attracting energy from the cosmos, not just from the physical reality, but through all the cosmos. These crystals that have been attracting the energies and storing them suddenly opened up to make them available to you for your life, for whatever you want. But since I began talking about this 2 months ago, there is a general lack of real understanding. There's a confusion and a fogginess, and people do things like still asking other people, I'm sorry, Edith, but still asking other people to do it for them. Why? You could have 10 cars in your driveway. This isn't just talk. I would not tell you this unless it was absolutely true and could be brought into your life. Making your dreams come true. Remember how we've talked over this past year or two. I've talked a lot about your dreams. What are your dreams? Talked a lot about this topic of freedom. What is it going to take to get you free? What is freedom? Are you ready for freedom? You're going to receive freedom. We've been going through these subjects in detail, all as a preparation for right now. Right now being that there is more energy available to you than ever before. Also, as a side note to that, whether you understand it right now or not, this is the best time of any of your lifetimes. The best time right now. Now, some of you go, oh, jeez, really? But there'll come a point where you look at it and say, it was an amazing time of playing hide and seek, an amazing time of allowing myself to wake up, an amazing time of having this awakening dragon tearing at me and me resisting, an amazing time of creating illusions and continuing old belief systems, an amazing time where these dynamics of my own awakening were bringing me through the process, even though I seem to be resisting, an amazing time of being stripped of things that no longer serve me, things I really didn't want, an amazing time of transitioning. You realize that a butterfly or a caterpillar, as it goes through the process of turning into a butterfly, you realize that it's in this transformation. It is being crushed. It is being disintegrated. And that caterpillar coming into being a butterfly is going, this is amazing. It hurts, but it is amazing. I don't know what's going to happen, but wow, nothing like it. And that's what you're going through. So allow yourself, in spite of, yes, the difficulties and the problems, most of which are not yours to begin with. They're about other people. They're receiving ideas and thoughts and feelings that are coming from mass consciousness that are not yours. But in spite of that, this is the most amazing time. Now, back to energy. There are these energies that are available. And tied in with this, and this is a phenomena that's pretty much unique to those going through the intense awakening process, the later stages of awakening. The other important factor, and this is a paradigm shift. That sounds so cliche-ish, Calder. Could you come up with a... This is a real big change in the way things are going. You're used to working for things, struggling for things, efforting for things. I've talked to you before about goals and plans. Let them go. Let them go. You cannot goal yourself into enlightenment. You cannot. You cannot. You can have your little daily plans, I guess, to make sure the regular, mundane human things are taken care of. But enlightenment cannot be a goal at all. You're used to struggling for things. And it's been that way, not just in this lifetime, but many. And from my perspective, it is harsh. It is colorless. It is a very strange way of doing things, suffering your way into whatever it is. Now, with the opening of these 21 caverns that hold the energy, and I'm Shaumbra, this isn't just a metaphor, it is very real. These energies I'm talking about aren't for somebody else, they're for you. And there's been so much confusion in the last month, I'm actually quite surprised. People not knowing what to do. It's so easy. What happens in the real shift for you, not necessarily for the rest of the planet, but for you, something that Tobias talked about a long time ago. And you're going to resist it. You're going to think about it too much. You're going to do everything other than just let it happen until the point you get tired of some more suffering and struggling. But the concept is very simple. Henceforth, it comes to you. Real simple. Henceforth, it comes to you. Years ago, Tobias gave the example. You get on a bicycle. The typical way of doing things, you get on the bicycle and then you start pedaling. And you start sweating a little bit, you start breathing heavier, and you ride through the landscape. You ride down the streets, up the hills, through the village or wherever else along the river. You're pedaling, you're exerting, and the landscape is going by you. That is duality, that is old, and it doesn't need to exist that way anymore. Now, you get on the bike, and you just sit there. You do not pedal. You do not move. Even the bicycle really doesn't have to do anything, and the landscape moves. You are stationary. The landscape moves. Now, the nice thing about this is that you don't have to do anything other than receive, and you're really bad at receiving. Scale 1 to 10, you get about a 0.5 for your ability to receive, truly. And if that were not so, I do not make this up, and I'm not just saying it to insult you. If that were not so, we wouldn't be having the discussion, and we wouldn't be in situations that are a little embarrassing. I'm getting people mad at me again today, but we wouldn't be having these discussions. You're not so good at receiving. This concept, very, very real concept, it comes to you. You get on that old bike or new bike. You get on that bike and you just sit back. It all comes to you. It's not linear. It's not like going down the road anymore where the landscape just starts moving while you're just sitting here. It's not linear. The exact perfect thing comes to you. Perfect, not based on what God thinks is perfect, because God really doesn't care, or some other being or anything else. Perfect for you, by you. And it comes to you. Don't blink. Don't doubt, is what I'm saying. Don't blink. Let it happen. Let it come to you. This is the new energy. This is also the way these crystal caverns work. They're simply, they attract, they store, they distribute energy. That's all. That energy is going out right now as we talk. But you're still riding your bike down the road trying to find something, God knows what. Enlightenment, happiness, joy, a new car, a relationship, or sex for one night. I don't know. But now it is. Take a deep breath. You get on that bike. And it comes to you. It comes to you. Whatever you need. Huge volumes of energy. But energy that will manifest in a variety of different things. Health, perhaps. Some of you are still going through health issues. Energy is there to clear out the body. Abundance, money. Let's dissolve the monetary system, because it actually is all an illusion anyway. Your credit cards, your money, your cash and everything. It really is. We're going to be working on a new system of energy abundance. It doesn't, Calder and Linda's really arguing about this. Yeah, ultimately it'll put some dollars in your pocket so you can play the game. But the real abundance is at a much more pure and real level, much more pure. So you'll bring it in on this non-monetary level and then let it come in and make a lot of cash, put it in your pocket. You come to the point I ask you to come to the point where you never have to worry about money again. You don't have to balance your bank accounts or worry about if a shirt is $5 or $500. It doesn't matter. It's inconsequential. It is stupid. It's not enlightenment. It's not. What you pay for a shirt or your milk or anything like that, it's not about enlightenment. That's so old. So back to the point. There is a tremendous amount of energy. You got that? You understand that? It's in 21 caves. Pretty simple stuff. It's crystals. It's really pretty, a lot of colors. You're not going to go take the crystals. They are a mechanism for attracting appropriate energy, storing energy, distributing energy. That's what they're here for. They're very pretty, but that's number one. It's here. There's a lot of other energy as well. You've been working with it, but this is the new stuff. Secondly, it comes to you. That's going to be your bigger challenge. Most of you, you're still a little tentative about this whole cave crystal thing, like not sure. And when we talked last month about it, it basically said, make it for yourself, nobody else, whatever you're choosing. Don't be afraid of it, but don't limit it to little things like I need $1,000 to fix a car, buy a computer, or anything else. That's so minuscule. Let that energy come in big. Most of you are still very confused. I'm not sure what to do about it, you say. You're scratching your head. You're thinking, well, I'll pay bills with it. Awakening people don't have bills. They don't. No, I'm serious. They don't have bills. Bills are a debt accumulation, an energy deficit. A master does not have that. Does not have that. They don't have debt. It just, they are. Goes back to that premise. I exist. Did I say I exist in debt? Did I exist in stupidity? No, I exist. I exist. That's all that matters. So here's what we're coming to. It comes to you, and that's going to be a tough one. A particularly tough one following last month where I talked about mass abundance for you, mass energy. Now we're going to put the two together so you really be confused. It comes to you. We're going to do a Merabh. I'm going to ask John, I didn't give him any advance warning, but ask John, play some of the nice music, the polite music that was played during the break for those listening online. And remember, awakening is not polite. It is not. It is not. It's brutal. But it's fun. So we're going to do a Merabh. Lights down, please. This is a Merabh. A Merabh is a shift of consciousness. This is a big one because it is about, can you let it come to you? For today's Merabh, we're going to use this whole example of these 21 crystal caverns, ready to beam energy to you. It's going to come to you, my dear friends. You're not going to go to it. Recently, I took a group, small group, to these caverns just to feel them and experience them. Told them not to touch. Just wanted them to feel what it was like in one of the caverns. Today, we're not going to go there. Today, it's about you letting it come to you. Part of you is going to resist this because this is not the way your reality system has been up to now. Part of you is going to be wondering if you can do it right or if it's real. Part of you is going to fall asleep because you're really tired. What we're doing here is this Merabh of letting energies come to you now. You're sitting on the bike, stationary. By the way, this is natural. This is the way things work in their most natural state of being. Having to effort, struggle, work hard, limit yourself, that's unnatural. The natural way is allowing everything to come to you. So take a deep breath and feel into these energies of the illuminated free world bank. These are your energies. They're here for you. They're here for you. The question is, will you receive them? Now, stay where you are. Don't go off to these caves, but stay where you are. Feel for a moment into what you call your heart, your essence. This thing I talked about today, your I am. The I exists. Feel into that for a moment. I exist. When you can get down to this core level, I exist. How amazing. And the energies come to you. When you're off scurrying around, when you're off searching for something, the energies really can't come to you. But when you're in such a place of trust, such a place of awareness, the energies can come to you. And there are tremendous energies, my dear friends. Not just on a first-come basis, not just 44 points for answering the best question. The energies are available to all of you. There is no supervisor at the door. There's no judge determining how much you're worth. It's you, just you, and these energies. And they come to you. They come to you. That's why they're here. It's going to be quite a shift of, well, you could say patterns, to let things come to you. You're still going to want to jump in there with some of the old ways, manipulation, control, overmanagement, planning, and limitations. Still going to be the tendency to do that. The challenge, the beauty, is letting it come to you. When your mind's going to jump in and say, what's it? How much is there? What does it look like? What does it do? This is where you take a deep breath. And you get back into that simple, I am, I exist. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what color it is. Doesn't matter what vehicle or pathway it takes to get to you. It just comes. There's only one thing that is going to prevent it. It's you. You've been familiar with patterns of whether it's illness, lack, loathing, discomfort, not being present in this reality, whatever it is, you've been used to those patterns. The real challenge is going to be, can you let it come? Full on. Full on. Or are you going to try to stop some of it, all of it? Yeah, but just a little bit at a time. I'm not quite worthy enough yet. It's totally up to you. It's your game. It's your game show. Doesn't matter. But this energy, it's here right now. It's here for you. It comes to you. You're going to want to start defining it. You're going to get into your brain and start defining. Don't, or at least try to avoid it. Let it just come to you. Go beyond thinking in terms of, well, does it mean a new job? Does it mean winning the lottery or anything like that? Go beyond that. Keep it pure. From the I am to the I receive. I am, therefore I receive. Without question, without limit, without controls or management systems, I receive. You're used to searching for things. In this shift, you don't have to, it comes to you. Oh, you're going to feel a bit uncomfortable with it, saying, but I have to do something. No, just let it come to you. Just let it come to you. Sets the mind on fire. The mind thinks, well, no, so I have to do something. No, you just take a deep breath. Let it come to you. That's all you have to do. You don't even have to think in terms of if it's a new car, a new house, any of that. It just comes to you. It's going to be so simple. So simple that for a split moment you're going to think that you didn't work hard enough to earn it. You're going to feel a little guilty. You're going to want to have a way of measuring how much you give yourself. Don't. Take a deep breath. Let it come to you. Unrestricted. You earned it already. You did. You earned it by all these lessons that you've gone through. And by the way, let's be done with any lessons now. Let's be done with all lessons. You've earned it because of your, what you would call your diligence or your commitment to yourself and your awakening. That's why it's there. The energies come in now, they come to you because finally you brought them from the other realms. You have brought them, not me. This illuminated free world bank is not mine, it's yours. That's why you don't see the name Saint Germain in it. It's yours. You brought it here. You finally broke that barrier that kept these energies off in the other realms. You finally said, it's time to receive. And that's why you're brought into these caverns, stored in these beautiful crystals, the likes of which you've never seen before, and now they're ready for distribution, ready for you. Can you let it come to you? Not go searching for it. Can you let it come to you? Easily, gracefully. Take a deep breath. It comes. It comes. Don't think in terms of paying a bill. Don't think in terms of just a small human need. Let that energy flow in. Don't wrestle with it. Don't wonder if you're doing it right or wrong. Just let it come to you. It's that simple. I exist, therefore, energies are here. It's that simple. I am, therefore, it is. It's that simple. My dear, dear Shaumbra, sometimes I wonder how you do it. Sometimes it's so colorless, so harsh, so gray in the world that you've been playing in, the reality where you've been dreaming. It's amazing how your body is even held up at times. Been struggling for it, going off trying to find it somewhere. Now just let it come to you. Let it come to you. Universe, cosmos are filled with energies. They're absolutely filled with energies. The energies were put there, made there, from your passion to know thyself, to know thy God within, to, as you would say, return home. But what you find is home comes to you. Yes, home comes to you. It comes to you. So you could say there is such an abundance of energy that you created from your passion, your desire to know home, to be home. That's why these energies come into the 21 crystal caves now. It's not a fairy tale, it's very real. That's why you finally allowed these energies to break through this invisible ceiling, kept them away from you. Now they're here. Now I ask you once again, can you allow these to come to you in your life? Unlimited. No rules or guidelines. Feel, if you would please, feel it come to you. Filling you, filling your life. Filling you. Let it come to you. Flowing into you. Flowing into you. Take a deep breath. I want you to consider this for a moment. What is grace? What is grace? We played our little game show today. I had a lot of answers from Shaumbra about different things. So now I ask you the question, what is grace? Nice word. Got to be one of those polite words, I guess. Not a bad word. Grace. You are sitting here up the front as one of the game show contestants. What would your answer be about grace? Grace. I'll tell you what my answer is. Grace is the ability to receive, period. That's the definition of grace. Master allows the energies to serve them. That's grace. Without questioning how much or when. Do I deserve it? Are there others in need? No. You don't ask those questions. That's out of grace. Grace. Grace is receiving energies. Without question, without doubt. Grace. The Master allows energies to serve him without question. Without question. Period. That's grace. Pure, simple, beautiful. These energies are here. They'll come to you if you allow them. They'll come to you if you stop playing the show, the game, the illusion. They'll come right now if you're in grace. So the question is, can you receive? Will you receive? Will you receive? Without question. Why do I hear so many questions? Grace is receiving. Period. That's it. Let's take a deep breath. Let's have the lights back up. In our next gathering, we're going to continue with the discussion of these energies. We're going to talk more about how it comes to you. You'll have plenty of opportunity in this next month to let energies come to you, to let a new reality come to you, to receive it, to be in grace with it. So let's take a deep breath. Now let's get back to our game show featuring Adamus Saint-Germain. And the reason we play game show today, the wrap-up of this whole thing was, my dear friends, if your life was a game show, a talk show, would you even want to listen to it? Probably not. So please change the gameplay, change the show. Let's take a good deep breath as we bring this gathering of Shaumbra to a conclusion. A good deep breath in that grace of knowing that all is well in all of creation. Thank you. Adamus has left the building. Clear. Thank you.